Okay, now I want to make things a little more complicated and a lot cooler. I decided to make a 5" by 5" axis line on this one. Something that you can do to start cleaning it up and making it look a lot nicer is making your points a little smaller, your little tick marks. Also, if you can, you don't need to write the numbers down the line. You just gotta remember that 1 to 1 matches up, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and so on. But now I want to show you how to make ones that cross over and look like they're going behind one another. So try and do this with me. Make any kind of axis line drawing that you want to start with. It can be 4 inches, 5, however big you want. Now the next one, I'm going to do another 5" line. So I'm going to start here, stop once I hit the one that I've already drawn, and then continue. That way it doesn't go over top of it. It's going to give it that effect that it's going behind. Then you make your other line. Same thing, stop when you hit the one that's already made and go around it. And then you have the start of it going behind. This one's a little more complicated though, because your tick marks are gonna go inside part of it that's already made. So the way that you're gonna do that so that it doesn't look incorrect, make your little tick marks. I'm doing 1/2" again. And then once I get to the 2", which is inside here, I'm just gonna make a little circle so I know that that's a mark. Then 1/2", inch, 1/2", 1/2", and inch. Remember never to forget these parts down here where they connect. And 1/2", inch, 1/2", inch, 1/2". And again, this one hits right here. So I just made a little circle. And then you'll finish it out. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and label this one just so it's not confusing. So 5's inside there, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 1. Something I do want to point out with the numbering, I've noticed in class over the years, people get confused with how to number them. Always remember that when you number, you're going 1, 2, 10, 11, however big your axis line is. And then as soon as you get to the bottom, the one next to it is going to start at the lowest number again. So you'll never have 11 and 11 next to each other, because if you have 1 and 1, it's just going to be straight lines across and it won't look right. Okay, so now to connect these points. So this one's going to be a little trickier because you can't just cross the line through it. So 1 to 1's already completed. Then you do 2 to 2. Stop where the other one's already been made. Go around it. 2. 3 to 3. Same thing. Stop where the other one's been made. 4 to 4. Now here's one that has already been made and it's inside that one. So just line your ruler up and then start after that. Okay, and then 6 to 6. Same for number 7, it's inside this one that's already made. So we know that we're not gonna cross as far into that one. So 7 to 7 and then stop. And you can always finish out this line a little bit. 8 to 8. Nine to 9. And then the last one's gonna be 10 to 10 since 11's already made. And there you have it. That's giving it this effect that it's going behind the one that's already been made. So do a couple of practices like that. You can also shade these in if you want a little pattern going on. But that's something that we'll talk about a little more when we talk about what exactly this project's gonna lead to. The next thing that I want you to do, one other little tip, I'm gonna make just a small one, so just 2 by 2. Again, make sure you've got your lines always on both ends. Okay, so that one's already done. 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and then 4 to 4. Now, something that a lot of people like to do in their project is they want to make another line that comes out. So we just got to remember that this one's 2 inches. So this one needs to be 2 inches as well. Make your little tick mark on the end, 1/2 inch, inch, 1/2 inch. Inch is already made. And then we know that this point isn't gonna go to that point because then it won't look right. So we know this one goes to this, it's already done. And you're just gonna mirror what you already have on the other one. And then you start getting your lines like that. And you can do that all the way down. So we'll do another one. And then you got your line there, line there. Same thing, we know it can't go there. So this one's already made. So 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when the one's done, and again, if you forget how to do your numbers, just know that the 5 and the 5 can't line up there. You can't go across. I know I've repeated that a lot. That just seems to be a big issue that usually happens. And you definitely don't want to do all of this drawing and all this work and then realize at the end that your lines or your points aren't the right spots. And then you have these little shapes like this. So practice a few of these. Try and do 4 to 5 of them. But challenge yourself. Don't just make a bunch that are just laid out. Try and cross over each other. Try and turn it sideways. Try and add one of these here. Mess around with it because the failure is what's going to help you grow. And then we'll talk about this in class. I'll walk through some other points and exactly what we're going to do with everything and how you're going to make this into a really cool project.